What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here. Welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I am once joined by a Canadian Yorker, and today we are recapping the Friday Night Smackdown that took place on September 13th, 2024, and it took place in Seattle, Washington, and it is the build up to the Bad Blood premiere, and all I can say is it is the big return to USA Network. So Fox SmackDown is no more, so all I can say is so many great years we've seen SmackDown on Fox, and now SmackDown is officially on USA Network, so it's exciting. So how are you doing tonight, Canadian Yorker?
Doing good, doing good. It's great to see Fox. Great to see SmackDown uh, on USA Network. So we have to see how it goes, and let's see how it's going to produce many more positive and great moments and wrestling. So can't wait to see how it goes.
Alright, so starting off the show, we got the man himself. We got Triple H making his entrance. Not a lot of promo here. Triple H said that it feels like just yesterday he was opening the first ever SmackDown opposed to The Rock, and we were here 25 years ago. And basically, he said there's nowhere to start off. The first match of the SmackDown, which everyone thought was the main event. I was surprised that this was the opening match. We got the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes defending the Undisputed Championship in a steel cage match against Solo Sikoa, the opening match. And like I said, I was shocked. I think a lot of you WWE fans out there were shocked. I actually thought this was going to be the main event, but I guess not. Um, to open up the show, we got the big match, which I thought was. I honestly think that it should have been the main event: Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the WWE Undisputed Championship in a steel cage. So this was a great match. There were up and downs, you know. Cody Rhodes did get stuff. Cody Rhodes did get busted open again. In this match, it went back and forth. You know, it was an amazing match. Solo Sikoa kicking out of the Cody Crossroads like twice. It was insane. I was like, damn. Um, but it just wasn't enough with the Cody Cutter. Rhodes climbs up onto the top of the cage, and then he actually hits Solo with that smash on top of the cage, diving crossbody. But Solo Sikoa will not stay down, and then that's basically it. Cody pops up to his feet and hits Solo Sikoa with the last Crossroads and gets the win. Cody Rhodes with a huge win over Solo Sikoa in a steel cage match to retain the WWE Undisputed Championship. So Cody survives a hell of a match right here, but the Bloodline wasn't done yet. The Bloodline swarms the cage and beats Cody up. Jacob Fatu climbs the cage. Jacob Fatu was about to jump onto Cody Rhodes from the top of the cage, but then the man himself returns. Roman Reigns is here. Roman gets on the cage and goes down, dismantling the Griselles of Destiny with ease, and then Solo blindsides him and beats him down. Reigns gets the better of him, and Fatu ends up outside the cage. But Roman wants him and begs him to come in. And here we go, man. We wanted this. Roman versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu slowly was looking at Roman. Roman wants him. Roman wants Jacob Fatu, and what I saw, maybe Jacob Fatu isn't actually who we think he are. Maybe I was wrong about saying, oh, Jacob Fatu's a spy. Maybe Jacob Fatu's secretly working with Roman, but I'm not sure now. So, but we have to see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. But then Solo pulls Jacob Fatu and says that he doesn't want anything. They want doesn't want Jacob to have anything to do with Roman. And Tama Tonga and Lola attacks Roman from behind, and in a weird way, in an unlikely ally situation, Cody Rhodes helps Roman. Cody hits one of the Bloodline members with a crossroads, followed by a Roman spear, and Roman slowly turns to face Cody Rhodes and points at Solo Sikoa. And that's pretty much the end. Roman returns and kind of reunites with Cody, but you can tell that Roman doesn't really like Cody. It's crazy. But anyways, What a crazy opening match for SmackDown. I actually thought it was the main event, but it turns out being the opening segment. So we kind of knew, maybe there's something going on in the main event we have to see. But Cody Rhodes defeats Solo Sikoa by pinfall to retain his WWE Undisputed Championship in a steel cage match. So what are your thoughts on this, Canadian Yorker?
My thoughts on this, man. What an opening segment. There's so much that happened. We have to break down. Between, I mean, Cody won single-handedly, all by himself, beating Solo to retain his title a second time in a row with no help whatsoever. So it's great for Cody. Cody needs this. Cody needs someone who can be his rival, someone who can push him to be a better wrestler. Um, Obviously, Cody has been missing that. He has been getting a little stale ever since he won his championship. Let's just admit it. It's been 5 months. There have been certain voices online that have been saying that Cody has not been producing up to par as he should be. But since he won against Solo, it's not the end of the story yet because the bloodline is still after him. Excuse me. But even yet, rather, after him, Roman Reigns comes out of nowhere. Roman Reigns saves Cody from the bloodline. And Roman Reigns and Cody team up against the bloodline. Now, this makes the story so much more interesting. Now, we not only have Cody versus the bloodline, now it's Cody and Roman against the bloodline. Man, this story has gotten so much more interesting now because instead of having Jay and Jimmy and all these guys coming back, now we're having the Bloodline 2.0 versus Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes teaming up together. It's almost like that old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And this is what these two gentlemen have. These two guys are now uh, have to come together. They have to come together to defeat a common enemy. So this is what is making SmackDown so much more interesting.
All right, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, sorry guys. You can tell we're both tired. so, but anyways, moving on to the next match. We got the next match of Michin, Mia Yim versus Pimper Niven. After we saw Chelsea Green's lucky ass fucking win last week. I'm not gonna go too hard from last week. If you guys want to see me rage about that match, watch my last week Friday Night SmackDown broadcast where I went whole rage on Chelsea Green. So enjoy that. Yeah, enjoy that rage moment last one week. Um, so we got me Chan, Mia Yim versus Pimper Nivens in a one-on-one match, and obviously that fucking loser Chelsea Green had to run interference like a little bitch. But talking about this match, Niven shoves her down. Yim pulls her on the ground, and Chelsea Greens, like I said, runs interference and gets her head kicked off. Thank you, Michin, for kicking that sorry ass head off. And then Mia goes under the ring for a candlestick and just beats the shit off Chelsea Green. Thank you for that, Michin. Thank you so much for that. And then Pimper blasts her with a dive back inside. Niven's up top. Michin cuts her off and climbs her under. Michin was able to hit a soul food, which is her finisher or consort, to win the match. Michin defeats Pimper Nivens by pitfall, but post match, Green, you just Chelsea Green attacks her along with Ying. It's like this bitch doesn't want to stand down. Like what the fuck? But Michin wins the win over Pimper Nivens by pitfall. What are your thoughts on this match?
It's great that Michin won. She's been getting a push lately. She challenged Nia Jax for the championship, but she lost. But don't worry, she's not done yet. She can still challenge the other champion, Liv Morgan, possibly, for her championship. So, now she's facing Piper Nivens and Chelsea Green. Of course, she's going to win against them, which makes it, another notch on her belt. And so, more power to her. But I would say for let me just play devil's advocate for Chelsea Green, Blue Steel. So for Chelsea Green, right? We both know how much you don't like her as a wrestler. All right, but let's just say, she does need a push going forward. She needs some sort of, thing that's going to legitimize her even more as a as in her persona for people not to like her more. Because let's just face it, she is a good heel. She is a really good heel. She's not on the level of like Dominic Mysterio, but let's just say she is a good heel. I'm gonna give her that. Right now, for her to get up to even higher status, she's got to get a singles championship. And I believe this is just my opinion that she needs to separate herself from Piper Nivens. We need to see Piper Nivens remove herself from Chelsea Green. And Piper Nivens and Chelsea Green, they gotta go. They gotta go their separate ways. I'd like to
Yeah,
see
and
that
I
happen.
hope they fucking steal heel. I hopefully they fucking stay as heels because I would not stand if somehow Pimper Nivens. I hope Pimper Nivens doesn't turn on Chelsea Green. That means Chelsea Green will become a face. So I'm not gonna fucking stand here and see that happen. So hopefully they
Yeah.
just break up and just stay as heels. God no, I don't want to see Chelsea Green as a face. No one wants to cheer for that loser. But are you done before we move on? I'm not
Oh,
saying
that's
anything
it.
else
That's all
about
I gotta
Chelsea
say.
Green,
I
so I'm
just like to
fucking
see
done.
Piper. I'd like to see Chelsea Green. I like to see Chelsea Green become a even better heel once he gets a singles championship. That would make her an even better heel.
The
And
only
let's just
the,
face
the
it. I
only
think I
way
think
the
Piper
only
Nivens
way
could
I
be a
can
good heel.
start the only way in this fucking world that I would ever like Chelsea Green is if she can stop with the Karen act and stop acting like a crybaby bitch and then just not have Pimper Nivens in her corner and she actually fucking wins the match on her fucking own without any fucking help. I probably would turn over a new leaf with Chelsea Green. So Chelsea Green, if you can do that, if you can just like not act like a freaking spoiled brat and just not like win help have people just win your matches with you and get help. I think I can like turn a leaf and like yeah, that's just what I feel. But you're not even close to that. So
Yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
all right, so moving on, we got Kevin Owens facing off against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, 8 Down Honor. Kevin Owens was a mystery partner, though at first I was confused because apparently it was just some random guy. Kevin Owens introduced his partner as Ricky Gibson of the Midnight Heat. So I was like, what the fuck is this guy? Like, what is going on? And apparently KO makes apologies saying the guy he wanted isn't here tonight, but Ricky will have to do. But a crewman waves him over and said the guy is actually here tonight. And KO is like, sorry, Ricky, and then gives Ricky a stunner. So they just did Ricky's bad right there. And I knew it. I call it. Kevin Owens' mystery partner is no longer than the Viper, no other than the Viper, Randy Orton. We got Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So poor Ricky. At least Kevin Owens gave him credit after the match. So, but talking about this match, it was great. Match, it was just back and forth. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory actually did pretty well in this match. They did take control, but it wasn't enough. It went back and forth. I actually thought that this was the match that Austin Theory was gonna turn face. I thought Grayson Waller was gonna turn on Austin Theory. I feel like it's coming. I don't know when though, but there's indications saying that Austin Theory might turn face on Grayson Waller, or Grayson Waller might turn on Austin Theory, turning Austin Theory into a face. But talking about the ending, it was a double DDT, and both men with a stunner and an RKO at the same time. So Kevin Owens actually doing an RKO like Randy Orton. So, but that would do it. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens defeat Grayson Waller and Austin Theory by pinfall with the RKO from Randy Orton to on Grayson Waller. And I think, like I said, KO did a double RKO, so Kevin Owens did an RKO on Austin Theory. So, what are your thoughts on Randy and Kevin Owens defeating Austin Theory and Grayson Waller?
I like to say that Randy. and Kevin Owens are putting their feud with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller to bed finally for the last time. These guys they need to end this feud and they need to put themselves in the title picture now. Obviously, I would love to see Randy and Kevin Owens win a tag team championship together. That would be awesome to see. I think the Bloodline are the champions now, so it would be awesome to see both these guys get the tag team championship from the Bloodline. That would be great to see. They need some sort of push going forward because Randy Orton is coming off an amazing hard fought victory, hard fought loss against Gunther, and Kevin Owens is coming off a loss to Cody Rhodes. So it makes sense that like both these guys, they gotta run for a tag team championship. They gotta do a tag team championship thing, and unfortunately, this is going to definitely affect Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I think Grayson Waller is going to be tired of being with Austin Theory as his partner because he's going to be frustrated with him, and he is definitely going to turn on Austin Theory and take out his frustration on him. I think he's probably going to make him attack him and vent his frustration upon Austin Theory and make him go a face. So we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen going forward with that.
All right. All right. Talk moving on. We got Nia Jax, your favorite. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Nia Jax making her entrance and she gets on mic. She talks about how dominant she ever been since she came back and she's not lying. And how easy it's been and how afraid everyone is of her. I mean, I'll be afraid if I was in a ring with Nia Jax. And she's not wrong. She's been dominating ever since she came back. Um, and basically, he said that Nick Aldis informed her that she will be defending the title at Bad Blood to make you feel better, Canadian Yorker. She will defend her title. You were afraid that she wasn't going to defend her title enough, but here we go. Nia Jax will defend the title at Bad Blood, but she said she doesn't know who it will be. He said that she said that Nick Aldis doesn't care who it be, and she said because they will make. They said that she doesn't care about who the opponent is because she's gonna meet the same fate as Michin, Naomi, and Bayley. Bayley comes back. Bayley returns after losing the title. Bayley comes back and confronts Nia. She said that she gives Nia that she had the best year of her career. She did. Give Nia the credit, due where it's due. But it's not like the bar was very high to start. And Bayley just basically said she wants a rematch and basically said Nia Jax said that Bayley has no is in no position to demand anything. She said it's not like last year when she was running around behind damage control. And basically, Bayley talks about Tiffany Stratton, baby, to win the title. Doesn't she says that she didn't need corny. Excuse me. Bayley said she didn't need a corny like Tiffany Stratton to win the title, and that's where they're at right now. And that's when they get interrupted by Tiffany. And she says that this is pathetic of Bayley, and they bring her back and forth until Naomi interrupts, and Nia kind of takes out on them a little bit and offers them a challenge. Basically, what happens is basically next week it's going to be Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton versus Bayley and Naomi. So basically, the situation is this. So if Bayley and Naomi wins, whoever pins Tiffany or Nia, the person who pins them gets a shot at Nia's title at Bad Blood. But if Nia Jax and Tiffany wins next week, whoever gets pinned in this match, either Bayley or Naomi, the person that loses and gets pinned has to leave SmackDown and go over to Raw. So loser
Wow.
has to leave SmackDown. So that can either be Bayley or Naomi. So high stakes next week. So because there's a lot of things that could happen. There's a lot of angles, different directions where this could go. Because Nia Jax and Tiffany could win, and I could possibly see the possibility of Bayley getting pinned, Bayley forcing to lose SmackDown. I can see Bayley maybe losing and leaving SmackDown to Raw. I feel like maybe it's a long shot, but I could definitely see Bayley getting transferred to Raw to help damage control a little bit as a face, but we have to see if the whole damage control group, accepts her back. But it's just the thing is like you got Dakota Kai who's out, and then Asuka. Damage control definitely needs help, so I can definitely see a storyline with Bayley reuniting with them. I can definitely see Bayley taking a pin and forcing to leave SmackDown, so that could be an option. Or we can see Bayley winning along with Naomi, and we can probably see Bayley getting a rematch. We can possibly see Nia Jax versus Naomi at Bad Blood. So that's the segment. High stakes. What are your thoughts on this, Canadian Yorker?
I
Hello.
thought, sorry, there's a lot that happened there. Um, with Nia and Bayley, what happened? That's so interesting. So let me get this. If I get this right, Nia, if Nia wins, then the loser has to go to Raw, and
So it's whoever gets pinned, Bayley or Naomi.
wow, wow, that is wild. Um, so that makes it interesting. um, I think Naomi definitely deserves a chance to get a shot at the championship, and Bayley also deserves a shot to get a championship. Um, if Bayley loses and Bayley goes to Raw, I don't think she would be too kind or too interested in returning to Damage Control just yet because of what happened with her and Damage Control for her to reconcile with EO and all the girls, well, especially Dakota Kai. Uh, you know, that would
Well,
be
it'll be just Kari Sane and Io Sky. That'll be it. That's basically
yeah,
the ones that are left. So
yeah,
I'm just
because the
thinking
others
that
are still in.
I mean, I they could do a storyline where Bailey doesn't trust them, and Kari Sane and Io Sky, and it's like bygones be bygones. That was the past. We need to team up. We're facing an enemy, and Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville. They got two members. They got three. So it looks like I'm not sure if that feud is gonna go on, but they definitely need a third since Dakota Kai and Asuka are out. So
Yeah, I see that point, but the other thing is now with Nia Jax there, Nia Jax doesn't really have any competitors on SmackDown, but on Raw, she does. She definitely has competitors. She went to war with um with uh with Rhea Ripley. She went to war with Rachel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez. So but on SmackDown, who in the world is someone that can challenge her? Piper Nivens is probably the second person I can think of that can challenge her.
they're not gonna do that because they're not gonna have two heels go at it. They're not gonna have two heels go at it.
Yeah, yeah, they're not gonna have two heroes go at it, but um, it wouldn't make sense. But what would make sense is who in the world can be the person that can challenge her to get to a championship match. And I'm sure there are wrestlers there that can definitely take up the challenge and challenge her. Um, but right now, Nia Jax has to deal with who the next challenger is, and she's got to pay attention to the next challenger so she can keep her title going forward. And that's all that she has to do, really.
All right, so moving on, we got round five. Let me think. Yeah, we got round five. So these two have been having just amazing feud lately. We got round five between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. They're going at it for a fifth time. They're tied 2-2 with Carmelo Hayes beating Andrade the last two times, and then Andrade beating Carmelo Hayes the first two times. So they're tied 2-2. I believe this is the final match they're going to have. Hopefully, they don't have some sort of CM Punk and Drew McIntyre rivalry. But Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, they always put up a show. Talking about this match, this was a great match. But at the end, it was Andrade who gets the better of Carmelo Hayes with Avalanche, the message, and Andrade defeats Carmelo Hayes by pinfall. It was a great match. Don't want to talk too much about it, so but post match, LA Knight makes his entrance. He said Andrade is the next contestant for the United States Championship, but he shouldn't get lost in the sauce because the grand prize is getting dropped on your head and catching three the hard way from the mega side. So it's official. LA Knight versus Andrade for the United States Championship. We don't know when it's going to happen. Hopefully, maybe next week. Maybe even at Bad Blood, maybe. But we have to see when Nick Aldis makes that announcement when LA Knight will defend his United States Championship against Andrade. So, what are your thoughts on Andrade defeating Carmelo Hayes and possibly has officially ending this feud?
I think that it's great to see Carmelo Hayes and Andrade have a feud, and they definitely got the one up on each other. But Andrade came out on top, and he is now the number one contender for the U.S. Championship. So, um, there's that. But Andrade is doing such great work. He's definitely putting in the work, and the work is rewarding him with everything that he can do. Um, so I wish, I think Carmelo Hayes definitely needs more time in development, because he's still fresh. I'll say he's still raw. He's still raw. He just came to Raw from NXT. He's still sort of a rookie in a sense, but he definitely knows what he has to do, and he just has to remember it, and everything should work out just fine.
All right, so we got the last. Well, I'll say this is a main event segment. But before we talk about, I just want to mention. I think you mentioned this before. How you thought that maybe what if Tiffany teams up with Nia and try to win the tag team titles, right? So basically, Bianca and Jade were interviewed in the backstage, and he said whoever wants what they got, come and get it. And that's when Nia and Tiffany rolls up. Nia threatens Naomi and grabs on the tag team titles, but says that she beats both of them to win Queen of the Ring, and thus SmackDown is her kingdom. So that's basically it. So I was like, maybe Tiffany and Nia are gonna try to go after tag team to be double champions. Maybe we can probably see that. Maybe I'm not sure. But moving on to the main event, we'll say the main event segment. We got Nick Aldis and Roman Reigns, the real tribal chief. Fuck you, Solo. We got the real tribal chief Roman, and we hear Roman speak for the first time. He said that he and Roman, Nick Aldis said he and Roman had their own unique history, and he said that Reigns, and then Roman Reigns, like he does, holds out his hand and wants the microphone, but Nick Aldis puts the contract in it instead. And basically Roman talks for the first time. He said a lot of things have changed. Roman said he doesn't need Nick in some contract. He said this is family business. He doesn't need a partner, and it definitely you can definitely tell that Roman doesn't like Cody Rhodes. He said he definitely doesn't need Cody's help. He wants to get one thing straight, whatever he has to Garland or not. Roman said he's the tribal chief. He said he's not just the original tribal chief, he's only the tribal chief. And this is his ring, and then it's his show, and this is his WWE. Until he gets interrupted by his arch nemesis, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was a little hesitant, and he said yes. Roman's he says that yes, it's Roman's ring, it's his WWE, and Cody Rhodes kind of got under Roman's skin, saying that, but it hasn't since WrestleMania. And that's basically when Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu makes their entrance, and we see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns side by side. That's when we see the Gorillas of Destinies attack Roman and Cody from behind. Rhodes gets the better of Tamalola with the Cody cutter, and that's when Reigns hits the rock bottom on Tonga. So Roman teasing The Rock a little bit with a rock bottom. That was interesting. So basically, Roman's grabs the contract and opens it and signs it, where Solo's just telling Roman, Cody he doesn't like you and he doesn't like you, whatever. And Rhodes extends his hand and wants to sign the contract, and Roman's like not liking it, but still gives them it's official. Roman and Cody versus Jacob Fatu and Solo at Bad Blood in a tag team match. I feel like
Mm,
something's gonna be up. I feel like something's gonna happen, but we have to see what happens. But Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on all of this?
wow, wow, wow. Like we were talking earlier in this video, we mentioned about Cody and Roman teaming up together, an unlikely, weird, um, just strange situation that happened. But now at the end of SmackDown, Cody and Roman are teaming up to fight against Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline, which definitely makes it interesting. And I wouldn't trust the Bloodline one bit because they're gonna try to use and pull every shade in the book to make themselves, um, to make themselves even more formidable. Uh, so I think there's definitely a hidden agent in the background that's definitely into influencing these events that are happening right now. Um, so I think there's something that's definitely in the background that's holding the bloodline back from reaching their full potential, and you know it's just it's really exciting to see this happen, and I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen going forward.
Alright, so that would do it for Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys for watching in terms of grading this show. I love the return of Roman Reigns. I was kind of wrong. I thought Roman was going to cost Solo the match, but Cody actually won the match by himself. But I feel like it was a great SmackDown. Wasn't too exciting to be honest. I mean, Roman was exciting, but pretty much. But I'm gonna give this show an A minus. How about you?
I'm gonna give it, and I think that it was great, so I'll give it an A. For grading. It was great to see Roman's back, but I definitely think that there were some things that could have been adjusted more, especially with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. We still have not seen what's going on with those guys. So I'd like to see what's going to happen with them going forward.
Alright, so that will do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this broadcast with us tonight. My name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel. His link will be in the description of this video, as well as our wrestling channel, which is WWE Wrestling Bros. That YouTube link will also be in the description as well. And take care, everyone. My name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker, and we'll see you guys in the next broadcast. Take care. Have a nice evening. See you guys later.
Take care.